Hello, everybody. My name is Ray. Welcome to the Evangelical Dark Web. Today, we're going to be discussing Nala Ray's Grift. She went from OF to Christ and has largely been grifting Christianity. And it has had a setback, a major setback, where she has shuttered some operations on her, content selling website for Christians. So, we're going to be breaking some news today and diving into this story. But first, I want to let you know Evangelical Dark Web is a Christian news gathering and commentary ministry. You can support our work over at Evangelical Dark Web's Patreon like system. No, man, I'm selling content. Not like her, obviously, but like most other YouTubers that do this, because I'm not as original either. But you can support our work. This work comes from a team member, and I try to pay writers who provide content for me to provide content for you. So help support the channel, support the efforts. But the least you can do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, to podcast if you are new. So with that said, we have a huge update in the story, and is that Nala Ray, the former OnlyFans model, if you would call her that, shut down her anointed pathway course Grift. And this is a very controversial figure in Christianity because she is someone who had a severe history in the industry. Apparently, she was on the Whatever podcast where she went ultra viral for, trying to be a nymphomaniac and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, she does the born again virgin thing. And she's a little younger for that, but still, that is kind of what happened. She left one uh, grift and then she went into another. And, she didn't exactly give away all her money from the ill-gotten gains, which is a bit of an ethical dilemma. But she claims that she has tax issues, but she also sold a financial course. She got married and is now selling marriage courses. So she built a content platform for selling these courses on the internet. And, again, selling content, selling videos is something that she knows how to do. That is really her only marketable skill. And she, took that and tried to monetize the church with that. And what we're reporting in today's video is that that has failed. This has been an abysmal outcome. But nevertheless, there were a lot of people, and, I'll just express some disagreements with Protestia, which I thought they were too kind. Too charitable, I should say, with regards to what was an obvious grift. This is someone who is monetizing Christianity for her own gain. This is someone who does not want to be discipled. And even her husband has very odd theology at best, a little bit pagan, like blood moons mean something about the end times, back in the day, or, solar eclipse and stuff like that. So getting back into the article, she had a website and for selling courses. And this is what it looks like now. So we're kind of breaking this story. It hasn't really gotten public yet that this has happened. So she has this Anointed Pathway website that's been shut down. Here's a screenshot from what it used to be. She had available courses, Discovering Your Purpose, $15 every month for a few months. From Lust to Life, 75-day porn-free course. That is like taking, going to, drug rehab, and it's facilitated by an active or just recently flipped drug dealer, which is not maybe the best person to lead people in that journey. And again, how much of this content is original? Then we have the ultra millennial Zoomer, overcoming anxiety and fear, finding peace in God's promises, and yeah, so a lot of generic grifty content that she was selling or private labeling, which maybe is even worse. It's bad enough if she put her own effort into it, but if she's just white labeling someone else's content, like, man, what a grift. But anyway, this grift did not succeed. She did not sell any courses, at least not enough to keep a website operational, which she was using Squarespace. I'm not exactly sure how much that cost to upkeep, but I imagine somewhere around, $40 to $200 is how much she was paying. And this obviously was not profitable enough to keep continuing. Nevertheless, what was the real purpose of these courses? It might not be uh, something that's overstated. Is what is the real purpose of a course like this? Is it a quick cash grab? Yes, but it's also something more. Why do people self-publish books like myself? Maybe because you want to get ahead in the industry. So, which I really didn't. But anyway, not from the book, but from doing reporting that no one else does. But uh, Nala Ray used this type of course content, stuff like that, to give herself legitimacy in order to hit the speaker circuit. And I think that is really where the bulk of her expertise will lie. Because after all, she was able to get onto TPUSA Faith and stuff like that, which, again, she really had no business being on such a thing. She had no business being on a speaking circuit for TPUSA Faith. Now, again, what is the latest update? She's doing, slutty videos. And, you know, here's a new word for you if you've never experienced this sector of the internet, but I looked it up because people were using this word in the comment section. She's still doing a hegao, which I guess is Japanese for, O faces and stuff like that. So, like, again, she's still doing this. She knows she's doing this. And she claims to be a Christian that has repented of her sins. So, a lot of things that are wrong here. She also, got exposed by Andrew Wilson on not understanding basic Christian doctrines and stuff like that. So this is a grift. It is a pathetic grift, and at least for now, there's a bit of a happy ending to the story in that it's not getting very far. She's getting a lot of attention, but it does not seem like she will be a lasting influencer in the church. Even if TPUSA wants to give her, a speaking gig, this type of behavior, the failure to actually get, her OnlyFans 2.0 is at least a positive sign that people are waking up to these obvious grifters. And this is something that we got to be mindful of in the bro revival, which is what I call the current ongoing revival that is largely tailored towards men returning to the faith of their forefathers, the bro revival. And the bro revival, and one of the things we got to look out for is that people will want to grift that. That is what Blair White was doing, wanting to grift that. So be on the lookout for that. Be on guard for that. Do not be deceived. So that's all I got to say about that for now. My name is Ray, the Evangelical Dark Web. Have a blessed day. Stay based. Christ is King. And we will catch you on the next one.